students, welcome back to the class on crop production and management. Before starting the class, I would like to do a recap on the lessons what we learned. The last class we learned how crops are classified according to seasons. We also learned how crops are classified according to the crop produce. We also learned how crops are classified according to the basis of purpose. For example, food crop is produced only for the purpose of food. Subsistence crop are produced for the farmers only for their need. Cash crops are produced for the purpose of sale and profit. Practices used to cultivate crops are called as agricultural practices. The techniques involved are preparation of soil, the first step. Soil has to be prepared first. Sowing of seeds, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protection from weeds, harvesting, threshing, winnowing, and the last is the storage. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. The loose soil allows the roots to penetrate and breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called as tilling or plowing. This is done by using a plow which is made of wood or iron. The wooden plow is used for thousands of years in agriculture. However, in recent times, this has been replaced by the iron plow. Plows are either pulled by cattle or by tractors. Although the use of tractor is expensive, it saves a lot of time and labor for the farmers. The plowed soil often has crumbs of soil that need to be broken or crushed. The soil needs to be suitably level before sowing seeds. This is achieved using a leveler. So, the process to make soil surface in level for sowing seeds is called as leveling. It is done by using a leveler, mostly made of wood or iron, you can see in the picture. The second step in agricultural practices is selection of seeds and sowing. Farmers have to be very careful about the seeds they sow. The seeds they select should be of good quality. That is, they should be healthy, disease-free and clean. The following factors must be considered while sowing seeds. Seedlings should get enough space to grow and should not compete for nutrients, water and sunlight. The second point is seeds should be sown at the right depth. You can see the picture over here. If they are too close to the surface, they may be eaten by birds, and if they are sown too deep, they may be deprived of air. Seeds are sown by two methods, broadcasting and seed drill. Broadcasting is one of the easiest method for sowing seeds. They have to be scattered on a level field. But there are disadvantages of broadcasting. The first disadvantage is not evenly distributed. The seeds are not evenly distributed. The second disadvantage is the seeds may lie too close to the surface or too far away from each other. For proper spacing of seeds, A seed drill is used to sow the seeds. What is a seed drill, student? It is a funnel-shaped bowl connected to a series of long tubes that have narrow holes. It is connected to a plow and releases the seeds gradually. You can see the picture of a seed drill here. And the advantages of a seed drill is it ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing, and it also prevents damage caused by birds. Activity 1 is to select healthy seed for sowing. Students, kindly do this activity in your home. It is very interesting, and write it in a A4 sheet paper so you can file it in your portfolio file. Continuous growing of crops make the soil poor in certain nutrients. Farmers have to add manure or fertilizers to the field to replenish the soil with nutrients or to improve the soil quality. For the healthy growth of plants, substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients are called manure and fertilizers. Let us see the difference between manure and fertilizers. When we talk about manure, it is organic natural substances which is derived from the decomposition of animal and plant waste. Fertilizers is man-made chemical or it is inorganic substances sometimes. Manure is rich in organic nutrients but not rich in nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. When we take fertilizer, it is rich in inorganic nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure contain nutrients in small quantities and we have to add large quantities of manure into the field. When we talk about fertilizers, it contains high amount of nutrients and are required in very small quantities. They are prepared, manure is prepared in fields and villages. It can be also prepared in our homes. Fertilizers, they are manufactured in factories. Manures are bulky substances, so these are inconvenient to store, use and transport. When we talk about fertilizers, it is available in concentrated form, so these are easy to store, use and transport. The example of manure is compost, which is made from the decomposition of animal and waste matter. When we take the example of fertilizer, which is made in the factories, the example are urea, ammonia, sulfate, potash. Students, you can see how manure is processed, and using a tractor the manure is spread. Here in this picture we can see the fertilizer. I already named some of the fertilizers like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. You can see the farmer spraying the fertilizer in the crop, and you can see the sprayer here also here. Let us see the other techniques of improving soil quality. The first method is called as field fallow. In this method, to increase the fertility of the soil, the land is left without farming for few seasons. In this method, nutrients get replenished in the soil by natural processes such as decomposition of dead animals and plants by microbes. This method of replenishing nutrients of the soil is actually called as field fallow. In this picture you can see, the first picture you can see the land is left without farming for few seasons, and after the field fallow is complete you can see the crop what you get is of a better quality. Crop rotation. It is a method of cultivation in which different types of crops are grown one after the other. If I give you an example, after growing wheat for a season, farmers prefer to grow legume crops like peas, gram, which has nitrogen fixing bacteria called as rhizobium. Now what is this rhizobium? Rhizobium can convert atmospheric nitrogen into compounds that can be used by plants. So it is a give and take relationship. You have already learned in class 7 about this. This give and take relation is called as symbiotic relationship.